Hello, my name is Michael Burke from FAFSA, the Pennsylvania Higher Education Assistance Agency. Today we're going to be talking about whose information is needed on the FAFSA to determine independent status. The FAFSA, the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, is used by the federal government, most state agencies, and schools in applying for financial aid. All students interested in applying for financial aid must complete the FAFSA. If you are considered a dependent student, you will need to provide student information as well as parent information. If you are considered an independent student, you will only need to provide your information and a spouse if married. So how do we determine whether you are a dependent or an independent student? The FAFSA asks a series of questions to determine the student's dependency status. If the student answers yes to any one of these questions, then you will be considered an independent student and will only need to provide your information and no parent information. A student and/or parent cannot make the student independent. The student's dependency status is determined by the way the student answers those dependency questions on the student status section of the FAFSA. To determine if you are an independent student, the FAFSA asks a series of questions. Are you 24 years old or as of January 1st of the award year? Are you a veteran? Are you enrolled in a graduate program such as a master's degree, doctorate degree, or certificate? Are you an emancipated minor or in a legal guardianship determined by the court of law in the student's legal state of residency? Are you orphaned or in foster care or a ward of the court anytime after age 13 or older? Do you have legal dependents other than a spouse that you are providing at least 50% of their support? Or has someone deemed you homeless? Maybe your school district officer, maybe a director of an emergency shelter or transitional home program, or some other legal authority who have indicated that you may be homeless. If you answered yes to any one of these questions, then you will be considered independent for the FAFSA and will only need to provide your information, and as I said earlier, spouse if you're married, on the application. One of the questions I hear from students is, but I work and live on my own. It's a very good question, a very common question that we hear. If you cannot answer yes to any one of those questions, you will be considered dependent and you will need to provide both student and parent information. Another question I hear from students is, what if I cannot provide parent information? If you are considered dependent, I would strongly encourage you to complete the FAFSA without parent information and follow up immediately with the financial aid office at the school you are attending or planning to attend. Under this situation, you will only be considered for the federal direct unsubsidized Stafford Loan Program. You will not be considered for any federal, state, or school need-based aid. If this situation applies to you, it is important that you follow up with the financial aid office at the school you are attending or planning to attend so that they can review your application and perhaps maybe they can do a dependency override based on special circumstances or situations that are happening within your family. I hope this information is helpful in answering the dependency questions on the FAFSA and whose information goes on the FAFSA to determine independent status. Thank you.